Alright, so I'll take you guys through this little part here. I don't know what that is. It's on the trail, so I follow the trail up, but let me go ahead and that way I take you guys. Yeah, I guess I don't want to just play the whole drone video. It's gonna take forever, but I think it's like at a minute 34. You see this weird I mean, it looks almost like somebody's laying there. Well, somebody that's been like passed. I don't know. Yeah, let me see here. Let me go back. You guys see that? What is that? I don't know. The drone wasn't so clear. I tried to zoom it in, but it seems like, with their kind of legs up a little bit. I mean, assuming that it's closed. I mean, it could be rocks, but it's right in the middle of the trail. Yeah, that whole thing. I'm gonna have to go back and find out what that is, because that seems too weird. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things. I mean, my first video, I was recording. I hit record, and it just didn't show. I don't know what happened to it. I saw it, because I made sure. I'm like, it has to record. So I saw the little button. It was recording, and it still didn't show up. So the whole thing's kind of weird. I don't know. I got a few videos though out of it. So this one I'm just gonna go ahead and get it to these weird parts. So this next part here. To me, it looks like there's clothes, or I know it's gonna sound funny, but well, not funny, but there's like a doll. I don't know, like a small, I guess, life-size doll. I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain, but you'll see it's almost like yellow clothing. It's like laid like an overall. I guess like you say, pajamas or an overall on top of a rock here. So let me see. Let me find it here. It's coming up here. So yeah, the whole thing's it's just weird. Why? And then I don't know if that's but it could just be shadows and light effects coming from the trees. But look at that. What is that? It's on top of the rocks. What is that? I mean, I don't think it's like plants. I mean, I guess it could be the rocks, like the way they're, like, it could be stained rocks. I don't know. That thing looks weird. But again, I'm just trying to zoom it in. I should, when it's because it's small. When I'm using the drone, it's like my phone, and everything seems kind of small there, and then I can't really tell if I'm missing stuff. On this next one here, I do go down. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, what is that? It's weird. All right, now I want you guys to see this next part. This is kind of even more weirder than what you guys saw before. What is this right here? Is that bone? I mean, I can't really tell. I mean, there's black, which I know they said she was wearing black, right? But then I don't know if that's orange or I mean, are these plants? I'm gonna have to go back and the thing is, I flew over it, so I didn't do this right now. I'm just kind of going back and pausing it, but the drone just flew right over, so it wasn't that clear. It's just the reception doesn't give it a clear picture and stuff. So, but I think I'm gonna have to go down and fly closer before I say it is. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you guys think that's something worth investigating, or if someone knows what a body would look like at that altitude. I mean, I've never seen a body from high up like that, so I wouldn't know. I mean, it's already been 2 years, so I'm sure there'd be bone and clothes like left over. So, but yeah, let me see. Let me get it. So yeah, it looks pretty weird though, and it looks kind of like what well, I'm not sure if that's what the little kid described. It almost seems to me that bottom part sticking out, it's throwing me off, because okay, so what if it's the orange part is shrubbery and the black part is, I guess, other kind of shrubbery, but what's that sticking out of it on the bottom? See that orange? All right, so I'm not sure. Hopefully you guys could give me some insight on that. So anyway, let's move on for the next kind of right thing. That's probably the strangest thing though on there, but there's more things. Let me go skip ahead. You know, I kind of zoomed in here, well, out of all places, right? I go down with the drone on this one just because it looks like a place where somebody would maybe rest. You know, I know that's probably a good place for animals to rest too, so that'd be kind of interesting. There are some claw, not claw marks. There's some imprints. I don't know if that's bear imprints or what that is. So yeah, there's probably animals there too. So, but I mean, that'd probably be a place to hide. I don't know. So that's why I kind of went down on the drone on that. But the other one, it's hard to see. Like when you're in the, you know, I'm using the phone to see what the drone is seeing. But I mean, it's so little on the phone. You know, right now you guys are probably seeing it on your TV screens or you know something big, so you're able to see kind of more detail. Here, let's see. Yeah, it's just kind of some of these things look kind of odd, but that's the problem. Like, it's not as clear because the signal doesn't come through clear. You know, back to the drone, and I'm going up the mountain. It's usually in the mountains. You know, when it's clear, open, you know, it's fine. But maybe I'm just gonna have to save up and try to get a better drone with better reception here. So here, that looks kind of weird right there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, it's just strange things. But you know, like you know, plants and stuff. Um, you know, sometimes in the shadows from the sun, they'll make things look a little weird. You know, so anyway, I mean, I flew flying up a little bit. I kept trying to zigzag a little bit, but by this time, like the battery was kind of getting low, and I'm just kind of speeding through it that way. But yeah, this looks weird, but I think that's rock. That's rock. I mean, it looks like a plastic bag of some sort, but I think it's just the way the sun's shining on it. You know, I don't know what kind of rock that is, but it's probably rock. So, but I still wanted to show you guys, and then. Up ahead, I think there's one more, maybe two more things. Let's see here. So I flew around this way. Yeah, so my whole thing with this is that I feel like, you know, she wanted to go up to one of that peak because that's one of the popular places. It looks like she was going to like all the you know, popular places around this like little area and stuff. So Shut-Eye Peak, I believe it's called. So this is just the end of the video. All right, so I'll play you guys some just clips here while I talk about a recap about what happened with Sandra here. So Sandra, back in 2020, July 4th, she was reported missing. So now there had been some sightings. So the weird part is, so her camp, for those of you who don't know the story, she ends up, you know, coming down here to get away from stuff, you know, get away from all the busy life, and she ends up doing this little camping tour. You know, she has her car, she has her tent, you know, her camping stuff. But then later on, they end up finding her campsite, and it's just a mess. You know, there's stuff everywhere. You know, her tent's still there, but all the stuff is just thrown everywhere. And then they find her car down a ravine. I guess it had crashed into a tree. They didn't find anything there. They left it there to see if she would come back, but she didn't come back. So then some hikers spotted her as they went down. I forgot the place, one of the little meadows there, that popular meadows You kind of have to hike your way in there. So they saw her there, um, and she was bruised up a little bit. So that was kind of weird. But she didn't seem like she was looking for help or anybody, to help her. Then later on, I think two hunters, I think it was, they actually saw her on the road. She was leaning up against a tree and just staring out into space. So um, I don't know. I guess my take, from what I figured out, is, either she was just trying to go all the spots, the best spots in this area, which a lot of hikers go to, or with leaving her car like that, and her tent and all that stuff, she might have been losing it. It might have been too much for her. Overwhelming without proper food. I don't know how she was doing on food. Water, I don't know if she was drinking the river water, but we don't know that stuff. But either way, either whether she was depressed or she was running out of food, um, she might have gone up to this mountain peak. Now, if it was out of like depression, or maybe she wasn't feeling good, but if she's gonna, she probably thought, maybe if I'm gonna end my life is gonna end somewhere, it might as well end somewhere nice with a good view. A lot of people do that. In Yosemite, I know a lot of people kind of jump off that big rock they got over there. But so that's my thought. So that's why I came up with this theory. Now, I don't know if that's what I flew over. I might have to go back to see if that was her remains. I'm not sure because it's kind of blurry. So I might have to fly back to the spot before I could say anything, unless somebody, some of you guys know, like, are experts at kind of seeing, identifying that, what it was, even though it's kind of blurry. But you know you guys, if you guys know the terrain and stuff, you guys know the shrubbery. Now, if you guys go back into the video, you guys see that that color doesn't match other stuff around it. So I know that's one thing people look at. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? But I mean, I guess somebody's gonna have to go back, right? I mean, I either have to go back, or if I report it. I just don't want to report it if it's just shrubbery, because it's just a waste of resources. I don't want to waste law enforcement's time or search and rescue, if it's just going to be that. So